Hello, welcome to Lose 11. I'm Connor, that's Carter. Got some new city merch.
The Olaf jacket.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Very happy to be sporting this. It was the last one in the store, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you go like
apparently.
in person or?
Yeah, so I went back home this weekend, and apparently they were only selling them at the pavilion. And I went
That's
in.
cool.
I couldn't find them. I was looking all over the place. Couldn't find them.
Mhm.
We asked somebody, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, like pretty sure we're all sold out of those, but I can check for you real quick." He comes out, he's like, "I got a medium and an extra small." And I was like, "Does an extra small look like it's gonna fit me?" So I was like, I'll try the medium. Let's see if it fits. And
Yeah.
I put it on. It's pretty good. I'm just a little worried about it shrinking, but I think it's gonna
Yeah.
be good. It's a really nice jacket, man. I gotta talk
100%
it up a little
cotton.
bit. Oh, sure, whatever you want. It's whatever you need it to be.
That's funny. Well, what a game, dude.
I know. Did you
First one
so
of the year.
you did get a chance to watch it?
Yeah. So I had something happening when the game was going on. I Engineers Week, we have like a bunch of events, and so I had something like at the time of the game, of course.
Yeah, you were wearing a
But
hot dog costume and everything.
oh yeah, I was giving out free dogs to everybody on the quad today. But yeah, so
The
I
glizzy
missed it, and then
giver.
that's what they're saying. I watched it like back in its full afterwards, which kind of sucked because took a lot of the suspense out because I checked Instagram and I saw the 3-0 and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, well.
Also, really
But
quick, shout out City 2 also winning 3-0.
I saw that against like I think it was Dallas's MLS Next Pro team.
Yeah.
Wins all around the board, dude. That's
Hell
huge.
yeah. Soccer capital of the world.
Well, yeah, the world, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so
But
you had to watch it late. You already knew it was gonna happen, but
mhm.
when did you actually watch it? Did you watch it today?
Last night I literally watched it like I don't know, maybe an hour after it like actually ended.
I got you. Okay.
So
It's not too much later, but yeah, you're right. It kind of takes the suspense out of it a little bit. But
yeah,
hey, 3-0, back in form how we should be. God, it feels good,
we love
don't it?
it.
Yeah, I
That
love it.
was a game that felt like very much more like we did last year at the very end of the season.
Yeah.
It felt like I mean there were times for sure where Galaxy was definitely kind of taking charge, but for the most part we kind of had that game, I would say.
Yeah, no, definitely. We were dominating the field. It looks good. There was a lot of like our lineup. There was a lot on defense. And
There was. I was surprised when I looked back at the.
it was like five back. It was kind of
Hmm.
I'm just confused at the lineup changes. Like I feel it's like it's different every game, and it's like not close different. It's like drastically different every game.
Yeah, I wonder if they're just like trying out a bunch of different shit to see like what like works, I guess, with the lineup. I don't know.
Yep, yep. I think you're right. It's just I don't know. It's like I said, it's every game, so it's just like what's gonna stick. I'm interested to see what direction we really start moving once we find something that works. And I mean, this
Yeah.
clearly worked last night
If
against the
Berkey can be
reigning
that good forever,
defending.
then we should just be doing that forever, honestly, rest
No
of the season.
kidding. I know I keep saying it. Like he deserves it. He got man of the match. Like he deserves it. It's awesome. I'm still
Hmm.
frustrated that he is getting those.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Your goalkeeper should not be getting man of the match. Like it's good that he is and he earned it and he deserves it, but like that shouldn't be happening. That's not a good.
Yeah,
It's not a good thing.
and that was something I was gonna say. I mean, for my personal opinion, man of the match, it's never a good thing when it's Berkey, but
Right.
today I don't think it was necessarily a bad thing,
Yeah, it
and
was
that's why I
fine.
think that we just let them like have so many shots that we probably shouldn't have let them be able to get.
Yeah, no, I agree. Definitely agree there. But it was good, man. My buddy Anthony pointed out that all three goals were scored by the new guys.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It was
T-shirt,
what,
Betcher, and Hartel.
yeah, the German boys.
Hell yeah.
Which I was gonna bring that up because there was one moment I forget where it was, and it was Klaus, and he was I forget where he was, but he shot the ball and it hit the post
Yeah, I remember that.
so damn hard.
I
Like the
know.
goal shook, and you could just see it on his face. Like he wanted that goal so bad.
I know. I
And
know.
so even though he like didn't get it, low key some of the plays he was doing, I'm surprised that he didn't get the goal
Yeah.
or get a goal at the because he was making so many chances as well. Like there was one point I forget what the defender's name was, but he was like damn near sideways, just pushing all of his weight into the guy, and he won the ball because he was just using his body so well.
Yeah. I mean, he is a good playmaker. I'll give him that. Like he creates the opportunities that we need.
Hmm.
Um, Still hate the guy. I'm just kidding,
It's crazy.
Klaus.
Come on the show, Klaus.
I have to hate him because everyone overhyped him so much in the beginning, man. He's got to have some pushback to even it out. But it looks
Your
like he's really.
anti-establishment.
I am. He's putting it all into it right now. It at least seems
Yeah.
that way, and I'm glad.
So here, I guess, do we want to kind of go over like each of the goals,
Yeah,
the
sure.
key moments of the game?
It'll be a little hard for me to remember. I can't really pull it up right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to like pull up a bit more on FOTMob right now, but the very
Oh, what are the three goals?
first goal is 44th minute.
Right.
First half is just about to come to a close.
Yep.
Galaxy low-key dominated most of the half, I would say, honestly. We
Yeah.
started really hot, but then the middle of the like whole half, low-key, we were kind of just on our back foot the whole time,
Yeah,
relying on
cooled
Gurki.
off pretty good.
Yeah. But it was a corner kick. I forget who kicked it in, honestly. It might have been
Oh, it was that really scrappy one that was right in front of the net. That was Leuven that sent that in.
was it?
He's been sending them all in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm watching it right now on Anthony's monitor.
There you go.
Was this
But
the
yeah, I
first
mean
one? No. Okay. We're gonna find it, but I know what you're talking about.
it was the ugliest fucking first goal of the season ever.
That's
But
how we
it
are,
went
dude.
in.
That we're going
It
back
went
to
in
our
though.
roots. This is how we played the first season. It was ugly. It was messy. Oh yeah, yeah. It goes
I'm
in,
pretty
bounces around a
sure.
ton. Was that Hartel? Yeah. Or no, that was T-shirt's goal. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he Toy Shirt put it in, but if you watch it, it's low-key hilarious. Their
Oh yeah.
goalie, I mean, he had a rough game. I think he bumps into the defender
Yeah.
and drops the ball from that.
Mhm.
And you're just watching it, and like some of the Galaxy players are like flailing around trying to get it. Some of the other guys are just so confused as to what's happening, so they're just standing still.
Right.
And the ball just happens to get right to the left side of the goal, and Toy Shirt just puts it right in.
Yep. Yep. And it was wide open on the right side.
Hmm.
Made it
Yeah,
real
that
easy
guy,
for
the
him.
goalie had no chance of like saving that one
Ooh.
once it got out of his hands.
We had a couple of really good, like our give and goes are looking so good, like crisp,
Yeah.
man, and like flashy almost. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Yeah, there was one. I think it was the final goal, honestly. That whole
Hmm.
possession was so clean.
Yeah.
Or it might have been the second one. No, it was the second one, I think.
Okay.
Because I think Hartel, shoot, I can't even remember now. No, it was the third one because it was the three new guys. They all kind of connected on the same play. I'm pretty sure Hartel pushed it to Torshirt, and it was such a like perfect clean ball.
It really was.
And then
It looked a lot better than the first one.
yeah, no, the second two goals were a lot more fun to
Yes.
watch.
Well,
Didn't just feel like an MLS goal, I guess.
I remember first year, it was every goal. It was like none of them were pretty,
Yeah,
but we kept scoring a lot, and it was just like we had that high press, intense German blitzkrieg, and
yeah,
it ended up forcing mistakes, and then we'd get these ugly tap in like whatever goals. And sure,
yeah,
like it's not pretty. You're not gonna get any awards, but man, like we scored. And look,
hmm
if that's what it took to get one on the board for the first of the year, I'm happy. I'm
yeah. I'll
happy.
take
Yes.
it.
First
Carnell put
goals,
it really
ugly as
well in our
hell.
first season. He talked about like because I think it was the first 5 games when were winning everything.
Yep.
Everybody was pushing back like this is so scripted. We're getting so many own goals, and we totally were.
Yeah, we were.
And some of those were like kind of actually insane. But Carnell put it really well in one of the like press speeches or press whatever when he was talking to the media, and he was like, "You kind of have to make your own luck." and that's exactly what that play style does. Like, it's not going to be
Exactly.
pretty. You're there to be there in case they make a mistake, and you're going to pay for it because you're so high up. You can be beaten really easy with a long ball or anything, but if you don't let that happen, then you just let them make their stupid little mistakes and you're chilling.
Yep. And I remember that whole conversation when we first started. Like, oh, St. Louis keeps getting lucky, all these own goals, like what's happening, blah blah blah. And I'm like, listen, like you can call it what you want. We still had to put the ball in the net.
A
Somebody
goal's
had
a
to be
goal.
there to score it. So own goal, sure, but mistakes, flubbed balls, bad passes, somebody still had to score that. So you can
Yeah,
call it luck, but you still got to finish.
no, I agree. And we
Oh,
did that very well last night.
I know. And there was another thing I wanted to talk about with Olaf. Um, we were watching it here in the apartment, and
Hmm.
halftime comes on, and Olaf is talking to a reporter or something, and we both shut up. We wanted to hear him talk. You know, we really haven't heard him talk that much.
Yeah,
And he's like, you know, it's a fine. We're up 1-0, right? And it hasn't been terrible, but like, could have been better. He's saying, you know, like it was an okay half. We needed to do a lot more. I expect more from these boys. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, that is a coach that knows what he has because he's already winning.
yeah,
He's not comfortable just sitting there like, oh, we'll just cruise with a 1-0 win. Like, who cares? We're in the lead. He knows what he
yeah,
has, and he wants to make this team good. And I'm excited about that.
yeah. No, you can definitely tell that, and especially at the end of the first half, that we know that we're better than
Yeah.
them and better than a 1-0 at half because there were multiple chances that like
Yeah.
low key totally should have gone in, but for whatever reason didn't, whether a mistake by us or not.
Yeah.
There was one, I think it was a header by Totlin. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
forgetting what the play was, but it was like so close to going in. And I was like jumping up and I was like, wait a minute. Because I checked like when the goals were. I was like, wait, this isn't,
This is-
this is not when the goal happens.
That's
I
funny. I
felt so
did
goofy.
just watch Klaus's ball bang off the post right there, and I'm pretty sure
Isn't
it
that
shook the
crazy?
table here when we were watching.
Yeah. Dude, the whole goal moved. It was
It was
ridiculous.
pretty crazy. Yeah, that goalpost is not straight anymore. It's bent in half.
And they showed like afterwards, I think it was a POV from like behind the goal at the players, and you could just see him like rolling his eyes like, God damn it. I was like inches away from getting on the score sheet.
3 inches to the left, I would have been fine. That's funny. Yeah, no, it was an incredible game. I was very excited, very happy to see my team succeed finally. You know, and also there was another stat that came up halfway through the game at least, and it was LA Galaxy. They're the reigning champions. This is the first time that a team like that has lost 3 in a row the next year,
Yeah, to
and
start.
we did it to them. So, yeah, to
I
start.
don't, dude, we break records every year.
We break
That's what we do.
records every year. We're just record breakers. You know what I'm saying? We just that's what we
I
do.
was kind of like, I don't know the right word. I guess like, I didn't know how good this Galaxy team really was going to be because obviously they won it last year, which is like
Right.
pretty big deal. But they lost Ricky Puig. Like
Yeah, they
I
had
think it was
some
the
movement.
game before the final. They lost. Forget his name. It's like Bosnian or something. He went to
It's a weird name.
Sporting. Yeah, yeah. So they lost a couple of their like key dudes, and even with them losing all those guys, they still have Ruiz. They still have Gabriel Peck.
Yeah, he was
Like they
giving us
still had all
problems.
stars. Yeah, I mean he was like at points it was like literally he was the only offense they
I
had.
know, I know, and his bum knee. Like even with that, he was still like a threat.
Yeah,
It was
he
pretty
had it taped
impressive.
up like all the way. The announcers were talking about it.
Yeah, they were. They were. He got
Flaming.
subbed off though, second half near the end.
Yeah,
So I guess they were just like, "Look, man, let's just cut our losses. We don't want you to hurt yourself."
probably smart.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
then Gabriel Peck or whatever, I don't know how to say it, but he's their other like really good guy that they still have, and I think he's a midfielder, like
Okay.
attacking midfielder, something like that. And there were so many times where he was like trying to make something work, trying to dribble through us, but we had four guys on him and there was no one else near him.
Exactly.
Like towards the end they just did not have any like good offense other than like individual performances,
Hmm. Yeah,
which is I
it's
feel like usually a good thing
yeah, I completely
for
agree.
us.
Especially yeah, for us, obviously. There was we were watching a clip there a minute ago. I think it was Hartel, but one of our guys, he makes the run down the field. Somebody makes the through ball to cut the defenders, and he's just,
Mhm.
turns on the jets, goes all the way. Oh yeah, here it is.
I think that was the play I was talking about earlier. I couldn't
Oh,
remember
that's
about.
the goal. I was thinking of a different play.
Yeah.
It didn't quite go in. It hit off the side netting. But
Oh, okay.
the second goal, that was also similar to what I was talking about. And
Yeah.
it's good to see that we're able to execute that without being offsides.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we are finally figuring that out. And hopefully, if that becomes a mainstay in our play, then other teams, when they try to counter it, hopefully we don't get caught on our ass a couple times. We'll see. We'll see how that
Yeah.
goes.
I mean, Twisher and Hartel were moving like fast last
They
night
were, man. Like,
on
I'm
those
watching
fast
this
breaks.
again, and it is just the quickest counterattack. Like, there's only like three of our guys and four of theirs, but the two on theirs are just miles behind. So it's just we have
Yeah,
numbers because they have speed.
which is really nice.
Yeah, it's
I
so
feel like
nice
I
to
can't
have.
remember like having like
You're
a
not getting
really
speed
fast. I
out of
guess.
Klaus.
Yeah, not
He
really.
runs like Shrek, dude. He's an ogre on the field, which is
He's got
fine.
those like bowed legs that like bulldogs have.
Yeah. Which is fine, but like, you need somebody with some speed so you can have a little extra weapon in your arsenal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. Something that kind of like low-key surprised me when I was looking at it afterwards,
Yeah.
and I guess not even really. It felt like we sort of dominated that game, at least shots wise and producing goals, which we did producing goals. But if you look at total shots or XG or shots on target,
Right?
it really is actually a way closer game. XG they had
Well,
1.8, we had
hold on.
1.98.
At the beginning of the game, that number was very different.
What
The expected goals, they were expected to like blow us out of the water.
with the XG
Yeah.
thing?
I swear to you,
Wait, really?
when the game started, that number was different. They
Really?
changed it halfway through because they're like, "Oh shit." I'm
That's
telling you.
embarrassing.
Yeah, no. Well, they adjust it as the game goes on, but I
Yeah.
mean, still in the beginning, they expected Galaxy to beat our ass. It was like almost 2 to 0.3 or something. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous. And also, I know we were talking about the possession in the first game and how we kind of flipped the script on how we used to play. Well, we're just again going back to our roots.
Undid
Yeah,
that.
we do not need the ball. It is toxic. It is dangerous. I only want to put it in the net. I do not want to touch it otherwise.
70 to 30 is kind of insane.
I
That's like
know.
the craziest possession difference I've seen in a win
I
in a
know.
while from
Isn't that
us.
so? It's so strange to me. Like I never grew up playing that way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No,
Like
I always grew and I feel like this maybe is how dad grew up playing because he coached me a
probably.
lot. Whereas like if you have the ball and you're safe with it, the other team can't really do too much, right? Because you have
Yeah.
to have the ball to score at the end of the day. But
Right.
like I guess somehow like we just lead. We're just so good at like once again like getting them to make some dumbass mistakes
I guess.
and then just pouncing because that's kind of how it felt. I mean, they had the ball so much, and they had a lot of plays that they built up and made the shot, but Berkey saved it. Whereas I feel like our goals, for the most part, were kind of like, oh shit, we're going really quick now. We're gonna run down the
Yeah.
field, insanely quick counterattack.
It's like they make a bad pass, we get a touch, and then bang, we're on your half. We're having an attempt.
Exactly.
It's just, yeah, it's so strange to me. Because, like I said, like you were talking about, growing up, it was like, okay, well, the idea is if we have the ball, they can't score.
Yeah.
So let's keep possession. Let's hold the ball. Let's move it around and let's work it up the field. But that is just not how we play, I guess. Yeah, it's very interesting. I didn't see this strategy working, but I mean, first year it definitely worked, and
Yeah.
it's hopefully working this year. I mean, it's a little too early to say, but two ties and a win, it's not the worst thing in the world.
only team to still not give up a single goal this entire season,
Really?
which is kind of a cool stat.
That is a cool stat.
We're one
Berkey's
of
got to be
like,
proud of that one.
oh, yeah, he better be.
Yeah.
We're one of like I think the final like 5 or 6 teams to have not lost, and we're the only one that hasn't been scored on,
Fuck
which
yeah.
is so opposite of what I expected from this year at all. Because every signing we made was more on the offensive side for the most part, like big signings.
Yeah. I
I didn't
guess.
think we were gonna be like a defensive
Yeah.
team,
I
you
guess
know.
they. I mean, we're not on the training grounds, so we don't know, but I guess they knew
Yeah,
that they had some solid defense. They were like, I guess we can look forward and see what else we got up there.
yeah. I mean, we
It's
got like Baumgartel and Horn. Horn's been playing pretty good this year so far, but Baumgartel,
yeah.
it seems like he's sort of a bit more of like a sub or a second choice, at
Horn
least
and
as he's been
Yarrow.
used so far.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. They both got yellows last night. I don't remember that.
Yeah. Yarrow got a yellow, and I don't know what happened.
I
Honestly,
know.
like I have no idea.
I want to say I don't exactly remember, but I want to say that yellow was like egregious. I was like, really? I can't believe
Yeah,
I can't believe
I
you would get something for that. I don't remember what
because
it
it
was
was
though.
like they were pushing up, and it either was a foul on us for like the tackle, which I don't think it was, but like I also don't know what else it could have been. Like I don't know if he said something to the ref, and the ref was being a piss baby and just like gave him the yell for that. I have no idea.
Whatever.
Probably should have looked into that, but
Eh.
whatever.
It's only 2 yellows, and we are definitely used to getting a lot more than that.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with 2 yellows.
I think we almost ran the league our first year. I think we were second in the end.
Yeah, I know
I don't
Miami's
know who
running the
behind,
league
but
with red cards right now.
they get a red card damn near every game. It's
They have
crazy.
3 of the top 6 right now.
It's ridiculous.
That's insane, man. How do you?
Dirty players.
Why are you all so angry? You know what I mean? Like, do you really need to
They're trying to
cheat?
look
You
cool for
have
Messi.
the greatest player on planet Earth on your team. Why you playing dirty? I don't get it.
I think the refs are just out to get them.
Probably. Honestly, that's probably what it is. I think it's that Miami bias, and also, they're going to be a little harder on, Miami in general.
They're probably going to try and make sure that those games aren't scrappy because they don't want those players getting hurt, like the main
That's
guys.
probably true too. They got that plastic fan base, dude.
Dude, their stadium is so like bad.
Aren't they building a new one though?
They're building a new one. The new one's going to be incredible. It's probably going to be one of the best ones in the league. But the one they're at right now, it's like this weird temporary one that like it feels like a temporary one. Like it's pretty rough.
Yeah. Well, I,
But
I love seeing clips of as soon as Messi gets subbed off.
people leaving.
Yeah, you look in the crowd, and I swear to God, half the stadium gets up and walks out, and it's like,
That is so brutal.
all right,
As if they don't have other players that are like really good. Like
yeah,
they have
it's
like
just
Barca players,
right.
like
It's just Americans don't know, you know.
especially like rich Miami
Yeah, yeah. You
people.
think any of
Because
these
it's
guys?
not normal Miami
Oh,
people going to
no,
that game.
no. It's not your regular guy down the street. It's the guy who
No.
owns the dealership for the foreign, the Aston
The Audi
Martin dealership.
dealership.
Yeah. He's like, oh, let's go see a soccer game this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, Messi, yeah.
Go see Messi play. Shut up.
This stat was like insane to me, and it just goes into the ball possession. But like, can you guess how many accurate passes you think we had?
Ooh.
I can give you a range if you need it.
Yeah. Give me like narrow it down by like 50.
Okay,
Like a
I'll give
range of
you.
50.
It's gonna be anywhere between 200 and 300.
I was gonna guess 125.
We had 249.
Oh wow.
Do you want to guess how many they had?
460.
712.
700? What?
Yes.
Holy shit.
They had what? Is that? That's almost 3 times as many passes. as
Yeah,
us.
that is insane, man.
They
What
they
were they
held the ball
doing?
so much, dude.
You could have the
Toying with
ball
it,
the
though.
whole game, but if you're not gonna do anything with it, just give it to us. Holy shit.
No, when I saw that, I was like, that is
A
ridiculous.
difference of almost 600. Like, that is nuts.
and they still lost by
Yeah, they
3.
lost by 3. It's not like it was close. Holy.
And they had almost 40 touches in our box, which like
That is pretty crazy.
that's just so insane to have that much of a presence and just no goals.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing. I was
But
talking to coworkers today because they know I like soccer and nobody else at work likes soccer.
yeah.
There's not an electrician in this country that watches it besides me. And I was like, oh, yeah, this weekend I watched a soccer game. A little tired today, whatever. And they were like, oh, how'd we do? And I'm like, we won. And they're like, oh, finally, by 1, right? And I'm like, no, by 3. And they were like, whoa.
That's funny.
I was like, if this was hockey, you'd think it was cool, you motherfucker.
Are you trying to make them City fans?
I'm trying, but it's hard to get construction workers to like soccer.
It's a Herculean task.
It is. It really is. But they like baseball, so I don't get it.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those things where like baseball is a bit more of like I don't know, it's like a bit of an older generation sport, and I know a lot of electricians are a bit older.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
MLS and NBA are, I think, the two leagues with the youngest like average fan base right now. So like
It's
they're the two that are like
interesting MLS
projected
is
to.
on there. NBA,
It
I can see.
yeah, it makes sense, but like to me when I think about it, because like MLS only in like the past couple of decades, well, literally in the past couple of decades has actually even existed, but
Right.
only recently has like really blown up, and so I guess it's just like a lot of younger fans are like attracted or at the very least less like put off from that. Whereas like older people, it's like you didn't grow up watching MLS. You might have grown up watching NASL, honestly. Like
Yeah,
I think dad got to see a couple or like live during a bit of that era. And so not growing up with that, I'm sure makes you not as like connected to the league.
that's fair. I bet it's also probably, compared to other sports, a little cheaper to go and interact with. It's
Yeah,
not
probably.
cheap. It's at least not back home. It's not cheap, but
Yeah, St. Louis isn't very cheap right
yeah,
now.
but I would imagine that like Charlotte is not expensive to go see a game. You know what I
In
mean?
like an 80,000 stadium, I would hope not. Yeah.
Yeah, or you go see a game in Austin and you're going to be one of the 6 fans they have.
Well,
Like,
actually, Austin is, from what I've heard, actually extremely expensive just because
really?
that's the only professional team they have right now.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I was just trying to think of like Texas. Why the fuck does Texas have 2 teams? They don't play.
They
Well,
got 3, bro.
I guess there's a lot of Hispanic people down there. They probably like soccer.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Dallas, Houston, and Austin.
Now that I think about it. Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Why?
Texas is just a
It
big
is
ass country, and yeah, like you said, a lot of
big ass
Hispanics.
country.
It was at one point.
Yeah. Hey, let's make it a country again, dude. Get rid of Texas. They want to leave anyway. Let's kick them out. We don't need them in their
But I
low
feel
income
like
tax.
RSL, Real Salt Lake, those tickets are probably cheap as hell, I would imagine. I don't think they really
I
like
mean,
their team
Salt
too
Lake
much.
is pretty good.
No, they're good, but they just for some reason their fans aren't like
I just don't care about
they
them.
don't have a lot of fans, I guess.
That's so weird to me.
Because they're also one of the
Oh,
older
I'm
teams
sorry.
too.
I was thinking of the Sounders.
Oh, no, oh yeah, the Sounders have a great fan
We're
base.
we're playing them next week, and I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, the Sounders are always a little scary to play because they're
I
like
know.
so good.
You know,
There was one
we were
quarter, I
talking
think.
about it earlier. Sorry to cut you off, but
No,
our
no, you're good.
first year we played them at least twice. I don't
Mhm.
remember. I feel like we beat them once, but I can't remember now.
I can't remember either.
I feel like we won one and lost one.
I'll look it up right now. Yeah, I remember we at least lost once because I remember I think they low key kind of like messed us up a little bit
Yeah,
if I remember right.
yeah.
And I was
I
like,
know
damn.
we got beat pretty bad by them one time.
Oh my God. Okay, no, I was wrong. We we have never beat them.
Oh, really?
We're
Okay.
0-0-4 against them.
0-0-4, huh? So we've never
We
even tied.
we lost 3-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-0.
Ugh. Okay, I was wrong. Shit.
That's a little rough.
That is rough. I think that might have been the first game that I put a bet on because we were like, we were running
No, no, no,
hot.
no. I remember. I think I remember this. I think
Really?
you put your first bet on Minnesota because I think that's literally the
Yes.
first game we lost.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure we won like 5 or 6 in a row, and I was
We
like,
started with 5 wins. Yeah.
"Fuck it, we can't lose. I'll go put $20 on him. Why not?" And then Minnesota just kicks our ass, and then it's all over the news. Incredible underdog story, historic loss. There's never been a more devastating defeat than this. And I'm like, come on, man.
I think it was at home too, if I remember right,
Yeah,
which like hurt even more.
I know. And then I made 2 more bets on City and lost both. Similarly, in a historic landslide of a loss, this has never happened before. They should be embarrassed and ashamed. So I stopped betting on St. Louis because I want my team to win more than I want to lose money. So
You know what? That's probably for the better.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
thinking about starting to bet on the teams we play against and see if my bad luck transfers over to
hedging the
them. You know what I mean?
bet.
No,
Because
I
that
don't
way
want
you
them to
either
win. I still want to lose my money,
for
but
sure
yeah, you know what I mean.
the luck just goes over there.
Yeah, I figure the bad luck gets pushed across the table.
That's valid. Uh, I think I brought this up to you the other day, but there's this shitty like betting app called Fliff where they give you like $1 for free,
Oh
and
yeah.
so I've never put money into this app, and I put like all of it that I had made onto what I thought was San Diego versus St. Louis. I don't know if I was drunk or what, but I totally did not. I put it on Galaxy, I guess, and so I made $20 from that. So that's
Hell
huge. I
yeah.
checked the app and I was like, I have a bet right now.
That's
I don't remember making any
huge.
bets. And then I check it, I'm like, oh shit, $4 on
Damn, you're
Galaxy to
so
lose.
smart, man. How'd you
I
figure
totally
that
meant to do that.
out? Man, well, if
That
you
was
think of
funny.
another thing to accidentally bet on, let me know.
Yeah, well.
That's so funny.
But so yeah, we're playing Seattle. We're away, aren't we?
No, this will be at home. We just played away, so
But it's not always like back and forth for some reason.
I know, but it says we're playing at Energizer Park, so
Okay. That's good. That makes me feel a bit better then.
I know I feel a little bit better, but like I don't know, they're looking good this year still.
Yeah, they've got a draw, a loss, and a win.
Yeah, but their
They
win was 5-2 against
to
LAFC.
LAFC of all teams too, which is
Yeah, I
like
know.
pretty impressive. They're also doing all of this while playing in CONCACAF Champions Cup, so
Yeah,
they've basically been playing 2 games a week for a bit
right.
now, and so that just makes that 5-2 that much more like kind of insane.
I know. I'm a little surprised they tied Charlotte though 2-2. I can't
Yeah,
imagine Charlotte ever being good at this game that we call soccer.
I forget his name, but they have this one dude. He's their DP. He is really good actually,
Really. In
and
Charlotte?
yeah, they just signed him. I think he's from Europe. I totally forget his name, but he there's like these weird videos of them like crowning him. It's the weirdest shit. They
What?
have a goofy culture over there.
Okay, interesting. Where even is that team?
What?
Charlotte. Where is it?
Charlotte?
Yeah.
What do you mean like it's in the city of Charlotte?
Okay, where's that?
I think it's North Carolina, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm
Not that
asking.
we should uh
Never heard of it.
okay,
Every other
yeah, it
team,
is in
like,
North Carolina.
okay, every other team is like, okay, I know where that's at. Charlotte?
Hey, these are big words coming from people that live in the Midwest.
We're the gateway to the West, motherfucker. A Charlotte? I thought that was the girl I met in kindergarten. Like, I don't know where that is. You know what I mean?
It's a pretty big city, actually, I think. I mean, they have an NFL team, so that's.
What?
You didn't know
No.
that?
What the hell is Charlotte?
The
Who lives
Panthers,
in
right?
Charlotte? The Charlotte Panthers?
I think. I could be wrong about that.
Do they have an NFL
Oh,
team?
the
Look it up.
Carolina Panthers, but they play in Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, okay, there you go. Because no one knows where the fuck Charlotte is, so they're like, oh, call it Carolina. Call it the Carolina Panthers.
They're just naming places after people over there.
Ugh.
It says that we're literally from St. Louis, which is a place named after a person, but whatever.
We're cooler. We have the fleur de lis.
I don't know. I'm kind of hoping we actually finally fucking beat Seattle at least once.
It would
That'd
be
be kind of
nice
cool.
to beat Seattle at least once. Can't believe we never beat them once. That is crazy.
I was trying to remember us ever beating them ever. I couldn't like
I could have sworn we beat them once, but I guess not.
it. Maybe it was like Fama might not be taking into like I don't know if we played them in like other competitions like Leagues Cup ever or something, but in
I don't
MLS
think I
play, I'm pretty
watched
sure
that.
we have never. Yeah, I don't think we've ever played them outside of like MLS regular play
I
actually,
don't know when we would.
because we don't play in Leagues Cup against them because we're Central,
Right.
and then we've never met them in like the Open Cup or anything.
I don't know.
It's weird.
I don't know. I'm a little
There was
nervous for
one
that
point.
next week.
Yeah, there was like an 8 year period I think, where Portland and Seattle they're like huge rivals up there, and I think it was a good like 7 or 8 year stretch where Portland or Seattle won the West every single year and went to the finals to represent the West. Like
That's
Seattle
cool.
is one of those like I don't even know what you want to call it, like good teams in MLS that's like just consistently really good.
Yeah.
I think last year they had like a historically bad season. They still made it into the playoffs and everything.
Yeah. That's the
Like
thing, dude. I really didn't know that much about the MLS when we first got our team, and like you're saying, like the Sounders have been good every year, and
oh yeah,
even in their historically terrible year, it's like they're still pretty fucking good.
yeah.
I just
They just
yeah,
got
and it's
um
yeah, I don't know.
Dallas's like really good player. Forgetting his name, like he's from somewhere
Luka
south.
Doncic.
Yeah, yeah. Jesus Ferreira. Don't know
Okay.
how to pronounce that. He is really good. So hopefully Kessler can just like break his leg or something.
We need Klaus to start stepping on toes.
Yeah.
You step on the toe and you turn the heel. There you go.
We're trying to destroy. Have you ever gotten like one of those nasty nails that just like go dead from getting cleated?
No,
You never got that?
I've been really lucky. I've never been injured, except for one time. I did it to myself. Basically, it was like a muscle injury.
I was gonna say, didn't you have to go to like a like physical therapy thing at one point?
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't my diaphragm, but I tore some muscle that helps you breathe. I don't know which one it was, but yeah, I basically just had to run like a robot, like perfect form, and like let it heal correctly, I guess.
Oh, that's
I,
the worst when you just
yeah,
have to like deal with it until it's
it was
sorted out on
no
its own.
big deal either. It was just like if I exerted myself, it felt like I couldn't get a deep breath. Like that was it.
That's
I was
weird.
fine otherwise. Like I never got hurt. I got very lucky. Or I'm just really tough. We don't know.
Yeah, I broke like my whole leg, but I just played through it. Never even knew I broke it till
I
years
know
later.
plenty of people who have torn their ACLs. Specifically, my friend Cole. He's torn it like 3 times.
Oh my God, what
I
the
think at this
hell?
point it's his fault.
I was gonna say, how do you do that 3 times?
I don't know. He needs to do something differently because I didn't ever tore mine once. So, like one
Yeah,
time, sure, you get the one time. You lay on the couch for 6 months and you watch Stranger Things. But 3 times, man, that's a year and a half of recovery.
you gotta
It's like
start
you
eating
want to
bananas
be
or
hurt.
something.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't understand how people sometimes people will tear it and they'll just keep playing, and I'm like,
Oh man.
do you not feel that? I'm pretty sure Ricky Puig, the LA Galaxy guy, I think that's what he did. Like he found out after the game, like, oh, this is not feeling good, and they were like, yeah,
Yeah.
you just totally tore your ACL or something.
Ugh. Gross.
Adrenaline is a crazy thing.
It really is, man. I don't know. Do you got anything else you wanted to talk about from the game Sunday?
I mean, I guess I'll just say, 'cause I want to do this every episode. I think we kind of forgot to do this a little bit. Our game against San Diego. Um, my official man of the match is definitely Berkey.
Yeah.
And I talked on that earlier, but not always a good thing that he is, but in this case, not necessarily a bad thing. And he just did so fucking good. Like
He really
some of
did.
those saves, he literally touched it with like maybe a finger and pushed the ball
Yeah.
just enough to make it not go in. It was
There's, I
ridiculous.
can specifically think of one, but yes, diving with his right hand, I believe, top right,
Yeah.
just barely.
There was one moment it was on a cross and he like dove forward in the air to punch it away. He looked like a superhero. It was like the craziest pose ever.
It's
It was
pretty
like Aura
awesome.
Maxing.
I know. And it'd be hard to give man of the match to any of the guys on offense because
Yeah.
while I think they all played great and contributed, I think they all played great and contributed. So you can't really give it to one guy. Like, that's
Yeah.
not to say they played bad. Like, they all played great. And I want to see more of this, but I can't really give
None of
man of the
them
match to them, you know?
yeah, none of them individually like affected the match as much as Berkey did there for sure.
Yeah. And honestly, I like it that way. I don't want to see one specific guy that is the sole threat. I
No,
love that
yeah.
we have 3, even 4 players that can be a danger. It's really nice to see.
That's a good point to like talk about because I feel like a lot of MLS, especially just because of like how the money allocation system is, and it's so confusing. But
Yeah.
you pretty much basically usually have like one or two players that are really good,
Yeah, you build a
and
team around a
usually they
player.
exactly they spend all that money on one really good guy who's usually a striker, and so they have their star dude. But when you have like three or four dudes who can kind of go off any specific night, you don't have to like fully rely on him or
Yeah.
like one single person, which is always a good thing.
And it makes you so much more dangerous. You know, I
Hmm.
mean, you can attack from any angle in different ways, and these guys all know each other and work well. Like, it's so good.
They all speak the same language,
That's
thankfully,
crazy.
because
Einstein Driven. Oh, Klaus Bischuten.
yeah.
Ja. No, it's. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with that game. I feel like I was maybe a little too pessimistic the week before with that second tie.
I mean, 2-0-0 ties in a row is kind of hard to watch.
It's tough to watch, and it's especially hard after last year.
Yeah.
But we got points on the board. We didn't lose. I just, starting the season off, I was a little depressed, but now 3-0. That's a good treat. That's a big sweet treat. And I appreciate
We're
it.
locked in.
We're locked
I don't
in.
want to get too hyped because, once
Right.
again, I mean, some people are saying, like, we just beat reigning champions 3-0. It's like, yeah, we did, but also, like, we didn't really beat the team that won that championship, if
Right.
we're being so for real.
Right. And I
And it was
think
also
next
a
week's
game
going to
that
be a
was
wake
definitely
up
an
call.
outlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think next week's going to bring us back down to earth a little bit, and that's fine.
I don't necessarily think I could totally see us winning, but I don't think it's going to be an easy game. I don't think it's going to be a 3-0.
No, it definitely won't be a 3-0. We have a chance to win it, especially with it being at home. I think that helps us out a lot.
Hmm.
But realistically, I'm kind of hoping for a tie here. I hate that I just said that, but I'm kind of hoping for a
Hey,
tie.
it's not a lot.
It's not a
4 losses to
loss.
Seattle is all we've ever gotten,
I
so.
know. It would be better than losing, so we can change that 0-0-4 to a 0-1-4 or a 1-0-4, whatever.
I think we do. I think we do another 0-0 tie, and we stay as the only team to not get tied on, or scored on.
That would be cool. Four
Doing that for four.
games, clean sheet.
I wonder what the longest any team has ever done that for.
I don't know. Is that your prediction for next week?
Sure, why not? Let's go for it.
Okay, okay.
0-0 tie.
I think I'm a little more pessimistic. I'm going to say a 2-1 loss.
Really?
Yeah,
Bad fan.
I know. Look,
I always see like every St. Louis account, every time they do predictions, it's like they always have us winning. I'm like, okay, guys, come on.
I know.
Let's be
Look,
so for real. We're not
I'm
winning every single game.
I'm the biggest city glazer there's been. I'm telling you right now. Like, if you ever saw me in public talking to a Sounders fan, like, you would think their team doesn't even exist the way I talk about my team. Like, they would be the dirt beneath my shoes. But realistically, I think we're gonna go with a 2-1. Yeah, I don't know. Did you ever check Reddit after the games, like the cities, like the teams'
I actually
Reddits?
didn't. Yeah, I do for pretty much every game, honestly, just because I like to see what people are saying, but I didn't last time just because I didn't like watch it live. There's
Yeah,
like the game thread or whatever, the match thread of the day that's
right.
just like the live discussion. I love going through those.
Well, I should have brought this up earlier, but on the way home from work today, Anthony and I were talking, and he went over the Reddits. Well,
Hmm.
he was at lunch at work, and LA Galaxy is just just in shambles, man. They want their goalie
Yeah.
shot. They want him hung and
Yeah.
quartered. They want him thrown out of the sport altogether. And yeah, they're just like bummed, especially after the highs they were riding last year.
Yeah.
God, I totally
It's
get
also
it.
it's LA people, dude. Like they're
That's
the kind
true.
that
They
are always
are.
like we have to be like winning and shit, you know?
It's like it's 70 degrees every day. Shut the fuck up. Like, give us something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why do you even care about sports? Go to the fucking beach, bro.
Yeah,
We don't
just
have that.
smoke some weed and surf a little bit, asshole. God damn.
I did see on Instagram, I think City made a post, or maybe it was MLS posted about the games, and it was just filled with LA Galaxy fans being like, "I don't care. This game was a flub. It didn't even really matter." I'm like, bro,
Third loss in a row is a flub.
yeah,
Are
that's
you
crazy.
sure? Are you sure, buddy?
Maybe losing half of your star players that won you the cup last year isn't going to go over well this season.
Funny.
They
Funny how
also
that
have
works.
no GAM, I'm pretty sure is what it is. No, they have no money to like move.
Yeah.
They're the only team in all of MLS to have that right now, so
Oof.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
They're gonna rebuild.
They might have to. Did you? The sun was so because it was like a
Oh,
not
we
like
split the
midday
field
game.
right down the middle.
Yeah, that what is the I forget the stadium's name, but Dignity Health Sports Park or something like that. Half the games I see there, it's like still bright out and half of the field is shaded and half is not, and it looks horrible on TV.
I know. I
Like there were
know.
moments, I don't know if you caught it, but the contrast was like the camera was set to be able to see in the shadows really well, but the ball was in the like lit up part of
Yes, you
the
just
half.
can't see it.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible.
And it
I thought I
also,
was like pirating it because it was
yeah,
so like low quality.
it can really affect like the actual play too. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah,
there was specifically a moment Berkey was defending against a corner kick,
I know
and
exactly what you're talking
his
about.
whole body from the shoulders down was in shade, except for here, where he
Yeah.
needs to see.
I think the
The
announcer brought that
sun's,
up and I was like,
yeah.
this is going to be a hard
I know.
corner to save.
I'm sitting there watching it, and I hear the commentators talking about it right as they zoom in on him, and I'm like, oh fuck, get this man a pair of sunglasses. Like this ball's going in right now. I'm like, oh god.
That'd be funny if you could wear. They would have to let you, right? Like some sportswear glasses if you just made them sunglasses.
Yeah, I would imagine so. You could probably pretend that you need them just like as regular glasses, and then they have
Yeah,
the tinted shades or whatever.
that'd be nice. People
Oh,
need to get on that.
yeah, it might actually help. I didn't see any laser pointers, so that's good.
I don't know if people are doing that during a mid game. The stadium, they have a huge soccer stadium, so it was also like a Sunday game and everything, but like it wasn't that full, honestly.
Yeah.
Like there were a good amount of seats just kind of open.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of see that, especially some of these stadiums where they play in like football stadiums. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I love City Stadium. We talked about this already. It's small enough. It's like the perfect size. We could
hmm
expand a little bit, but I worry about that a little.
They've talked about it because if they did expand, it would only be by like a couple thousand seats. But I
Yeah,
remember reading an article that went all over how like there is a specific part of the stadium that they designed specifically in case they do want to expand later if the
yeah.
numbers don't go down.
And I just yeah, like I appreciate that it is the way it is because it's so important the vibe of the fans in the stadium. And you
Yeah.
know, if it's this mega arena that a third is filled and you still have more fans there than we have capacity for, it's still gonna
Yeah.
feel small and empty and weird.
You're not gonna have like a good intimate soccer experience
Yeah,
whatsoever.
yeah. And they can do that crazy shit like the Arsenal Stadium in, England that is probably bigger than every NFL stadium. You can zip line across the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They pack that motherfucker out. Like every seat is taken, and
Yeah.
that's important.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if soccer culture in America gets to a point where we can have, I don't think we'll ever have like the European size stadiums. Like we're never going to be like Dortmund, but
No.
to be able to have bigger stadiums that are like, I don't know, 30 to 40,000 and consistently sell those out would
Yeah,
be super.
I think a Nashville size is perfect. Any bigger than
Nashville's
that,
awesome.
and
I think
it's
it's exactly 30,000 or something like that.
yeah.
I want to see a game there so bad.
It's cool. I think anything bigger than that is like a little too big. It's like you can't
Hmm.
really see what's going on. You're almost too far
Yeah,
from
the
the play.
sides, the sight lines aren't as good and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. But
We should just play in the what is it, the America Center, wherever the Battlehawks play now. That
I don't
nasty
actually
old
know.
stadium.
I've never seen a
It's like,
Battlehawks game.
yeah, I kind of want to go to one this summer just to see what it's like. It looks funny.
Did you say cacaw?
Go Buds.
Go Buds. That would be fun to see. I still don't know where they play, but that's fine.
There was a like right when stuff was coming about the Rams moving to LA, there was like this huge plan set up to make this huge NFL stadium like on the water, on the river. And it was going to be like super cool and everything. It just would have been a little expensive. And a part of what they would have done with it is it would be like an NFL stadium, but it would kind of been like an Atlanta sort of situation where they make an NFL sized stadium that can also be like cut down a little bit with like banners or whatnot to block off the top exits or the top sections.
Yeah.
And then we would have an MLS team. And that was like,
Hmm.
that was the plan to try and keep the Rams here. And then obviously it didn't work. But
Well, the guy who owns
I
them
just, I,
sucks. So,
Kroenke had ass.
yeah. There's a reason
Yeah,
Colorado Stadium looks like shit.
I was gonna say he owns Colorado.
Yep. There was a game, last year we watched? We were playing in Colorado, and I swear to God, like half the pixels in the advertisement around the field are dead. There's trash on
Yeah.
the field. The one third or one fourth of the stadium just doesn't have seats because it's like some goofy ass like entrance to the stadium.
Yeah,
Ugh, just so and
it's a pretty
oh
rough
my God,
one.
there was more City fans at the end of the game than there were Colorado fans because we beat them obviously. And there's like this huge pocket of City fans that want to see the players after the game and they're high fiving and getting autographs. And you're looking around the
Yeah,
stadium, there's not a soul to be seen. It is barren,
that's
empty.
hilarious. Colorado Stadium is in that weird like bad area between like the stadium is not old enough whatsoever to like kind of have like charm to it and whatnot. Like
Yeah,
it's not a I don't even know what are some good like Fenway. Is Fenway really old?
yeah, sure.
It doesn't have like that fun
It's
vibe
no
to it, but
Wrigley
it's also
Field.
not exact. Yeah, it's also not old enough though to like feel nice. Like it's a pretty
Yeah.
gross looking
Well, they didn't
stadium.
put any money into it. It's junk. He
Yeah,
just milks the team for money and doesn't give a shit.
we love Kroenke for that.
Yeah,
I know
thank
so many
God.
people that are like, what Arsenal. I'm pretty sure Arsenal fans, and I'm just like, why do you support him? He like does not like our city at all.
No, stupid.
Bunch of idiots, dude.
I know, I know.
That's what I say.
I agree with you. All right, I think I need to start wrapping up here. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Not really, honestly. I think we covered pretty much everything. I'm hyped for this next game.
Me too. Me too. I'm hopeful and optimistic, but one step back,
Yeah,
one foot removed.
good way to put it.
Yeah, I'd love to see us do well. I'm not entirely expecting a win. We'll see.
Castro's just gonna have to pop off and get us
Yeah, dude.
zero score sheet again.
We need BK to really work their magic tonight. Berkey and
What's his
Kessler.
first name? Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were saying his initials.
Berkey and Kessler.
Henry Kessler.
Yeah.
BK. The Kings.
BK. The
All right.
Kings. All right, man. Thanks for talking. We'll catch y'all next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.